I am from Department of Civil Engineering. Now I will start Unit 5, named it as a diversion headwork, which is in the subject of Water Resources Engineering 1. Okay. Now I want to explain about causes of failures of diversion headwork and their remedies. Okay. Here we are having 4 different kinds of failures occurred in diversion headwork. Those are piping, rupture due to standing wave, and rupture due to the uplift pressure, at the same time rupture due to the seepage. Okay, these 4 kinds of failures commonly occur in the diversion headwork. So see here, this is the cross section of a diversion headwork. This is upstream side of the diversion headwork and this is downstream side, and this wall we are calling it as a weir wall. Okay, this is weir wall, upstream side, downstream side. Generally the water will flow from upstream side of the weir to the downstream side of the weir in this manner. So come to first failure, named as a piping failure. In that piping failure commonly occur due to the porous condition of the soil. Okay. Otherwise that is also we are called it as a permeability. In the sense the water will percolate through the soil in this manner. This is we are called it as a infiltration. In this infiltration occur mainly 2 types. Those are lateral flow and vertical flow. The vertical flow generally goes to the groundwater. There is no problem regarding this water. And some another quantity of water will flow like this. And this will come outside at the downstream side of the weir. Okay, in this process, the water particles will try to escape in the soil particles from the porous media. Because of the escaping of soil particles, it will create a pipe under the weir wall. So once the pipes will be formed here, the void size will be increased. Due to those conditions, the entire weight of the weir will settle down. The failure of the diversion headwork will occur. So this is the piping failure. Come to next one, rupture due to standing wave. Okay, rupture due to standing wave. The rupture due to standing wave means it is also synonym for hydraulic jump, which we are already studied in hydraulic machines. Okay, hydraulic jump. Generally this hydraulic jump forms in downstream side of the weir. Once the water will try to move in this manner, at the same time here the energy dissipates. There is no energy dissipation here. That's why the water will try to convert subcritical flow to supercritical flow. In that time the standing wave will be occur here. Due to this, the major part of soil will be eroded. Due to this erosion process, the entire weir overturns occur. In that kind of failure we are called it as a rupture due to standing wave. Okay, this is mainly occur due to the hydraulic jump. Third one comes under rupture due to the uplift pressure. So here this water will create uplift pressure here. We are already studied in geotechnical engineering 1. In that, due to the porous media, the soil will convert into the water molecule, then huge quantity of uplift pressure will be occur. Due to this uplift pressure, the entire weir will try to settle here. This condition also one of the failure of weir, that is called it as a rupture due to uplift pressure. Finally, rupture due to the seepage. So the seepage failures mainly occur in downstream side of the weir. In the downstream side, due to the piping action, the soil will lose its strength. In the same time, the soil will be eroded in this manner. The entire diversion headwork will try to overturn. So these are the remaining various failures occurred in diversion headwork. The mainly remedial method to protect the diversion headwork from these failures to providing impervious flow at upstream and downstream side of the diversion headwork. So how to design those impervious flow based upon Blix tree theory. Now I will explain about Blitzkrieg theory. The Blitzkrieg theory mainly deals with how to design a impervious floor in diversion headwork. I am already told that we are having 4 different kinds of failures occurred in diversion headwork. Those are piping, rupture due to the seepage, rupture due to the uplift pressure, and rupture due to the standing wave. But the main remedial measure of those kinds of failures is nothing but to providing the impervious floor at downstream side and upstream side. So here I will explain how to design the impervious floor. The scientist name is Blix. He will give some of the creep theory, how to design a impervious floor at upstream and downstream sides of a diversion headwork. So the Blix mainly focused about how to travel the water particle in the diversion headwork from upstream side of the diversion headwork to downstream side of the diversion headwork. Here he will mainly focus on to increase the travelling length of the water particle. Due to increasing the travelling length, at the same time the gravitational force predominate the water particle. That water particle will automatically flow in vertical manner. Finally it will reach to the ground water. So there is no problem occurred for this diversion headwork. Okay. So here the Blitzkrieg theory explained. Here the L, it is the length of the impervious floor from upstream side point to downstream side point. So here he will provide 2 sheet pipes, one having the depth of D1, another having the depth of D2. Due to this, the water particle from here percolate like this, then it will move along this way. So this is one of the assumptions. In normal criteria, what occurs? The particle will move along in this manner because of there is no uplift pressure occur. At the same time, there is no piping failure occur, and due to this impervious flow, the water energy will dissipate in this manner. So there is no standing wave problem also occur here while providing impervious flow. Okay. So the Blitzkrieg theory explains he will provide 2 sheet pipes at upstream and downstream side of the weir, at the same time certain length of impervious floor. Okay, the length of the impervious floor will mainly depends upon the head of the water. The head of the water we will calculate in this manner. So this is the coefficient. The coefficient is equal to head at upstream side and 2d1. So d1, this is the depth of the sheet pipe, and d1, and this also another d1, 2d1, and this length L, at the same time d2 plus d2 to d2. This is the travelling time length of the water particle. Generally the C will equal to 4 by 3. Okay, this is the formula to calculate the thickness of the impervious floor while providing at downstream and upstream side of the Blitzkrieg theory. So 4 by 3 is a coefficient, and here H, head at the upstream side of the diversion headwork, and rho is the density of the material. Rho is the density of the material. That is generally for concrete 25 kilonewton per meter square. Okay. So now I will discuss about what are the limitations we are considered while we are designing the impervious floor through the Blitzkrieg theory. Okay. Here mainly we are having 3 disadvantages or 3 limitations while we are using Blitzkrieg theory. Those are come to first one. The Blix doesn't explain the difference between the vertical creep and horizontal creep occurred in diversion headwork. So this is the major drawback, and another drawback is nothing but it is about he will not explain exit gradient. Okay, exit gradient in the sense the hydraulic gradient line which is at the downstream side end of the diversion headwork. The hydraulic gradient line at the downstream side of the diversion head work is also called it as a exit gradient. Okay, so he will also not explain about how to form a exit gradient. At the same time, he will also not give explanation about what is the purpose of sheet piles providing upstream and downstream side of the diversion head work. So these are the diversion head work and different failures and their remedial methods and how to design a impervious floor by using Blitzkrieg theory. Thank you.